Guys, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Honestly, pardon my language, but what is going on right now? What is actually happening? I cannot even believe it. I can't even believe it. I can't actually believe we're doing it. I'm not actually surprised that we won Baleba. Well, I'll show you some clips from the videos earlier in the week and last week. But the fact that we're actually doing it, it's unbelievable. I didn't think it was Jason. My biggest problem I have right now is that I keep thinking we can't do it. I keep thinking we cannot do it. You know, I have to find my video, but a week ago, when I was still out in Chicago, do you remember when I did the live and I said, United have a crazy plan? United have a crazy plan. And people kept, who is it? United have a crazy plan. And then I essentially let slip that it was Baleba, right? What the? I did not think we could do it. I didn't think we could do it. I did not think we can do it. Honestly, I had no absolute clue on earth that we actually would do it and make contact with him and push for it this summer. I'm gonna roll the clip. Hold on. I'm gonna roll the clip. Let's roll the clip. All right. I'm going back to my I'm going back to this video from 4 days ago. Okay. I think it'll play the audio. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Hold on. Video clip. No. Hold on. Let's go desktop audio. Let's make sure. Let's see if it works.
All of that. Can you talk me through what you know on Baleba? Baleba? I'd be shocked if we don't make a move for Baleba by next summer.
There you have it. Well, I'm still shocked that we did it now. But he was the guy. He was the target. I know it's unrealistic. I know it's hard. I know that we're probably not going to get it done. I know that it's difficult. There's a lot of reasons why it's difficult. And yeah, you saw the contemplation from that video, like where I'm sitting there going like, because I didn't want to say it because I don't think we could get it done right now. And I genuinely didn't think we could get it done. And it's not close, mind you. Let's be real for a minute. It's not close. It's not close. We're not there yet. This isn't like on the cusp of happening. You know what I mean? Like this isn't, let me get back to that donation. I'm sorry, I don't want to miss it. What are we going to have to do to make this happen? Right. So I was speculating the other day that we're just going to fire sale these players out. Specifically so that we can get the money to do this, to do something crazy. Just get the money. Just get the money in. Okay? I'm just being realistic. It's today not close, but he's open to it. We might have a free run. There is a club I'm worried about, and it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool in particular is the only club I'm worried about here. If they don't get Isak, I've heard they might make that move. That's what I'm worried about. That's the club I'm actually worried about more than anything else. But if we can fire sale Garnacho for 30 million to Chelsea, if we can fire sale some of these things to raise a bit of money quicker, then we'll have the money for it. But it's Liverpool I'm worried about. It's Liverpool I'm worried about. I'm not saying they're doing it, but I'm a little bit worried about them. It's also L'Equipe. They reported Liverpool too, by the way. I know that. I understand, guys. Just I'm worried about it. I'm worried about that. I am.
Wanted to happen to see the meltdown on TalkSport. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
But listen for a second, okay? I feel like a downer. I feel like a downer this window because I've been too careful. I really want to be more excited. I need to get back to my the Muppet days, back in the days, and be more enthusiastic about this. The problem that I have, guys, it's your fault. It's the community's fault. Is when I get excited about a deal and I take it too far, then people call me out about it. And so now I'm a downer, and and somehow it's working in the reverse, where I think we won't have, I'm playing it down, and then it does happen. I wish that was the case. I wish I was feeling a bit more upbeat about all of this. I need to be more delusional, and believe. I need to believe, and so that I can be more excited about these things. But no, look, the fact of the matter is Baleba is the top wanted midfielder at the club. Let me find it. I'm gonna try to find this from last week. Saudi window open till 10th of September.
Open till the 10th September. Maybe Caspermio might change his mind and decide to leave early if someone comes in.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we're about to have that sit down with Rasmus, have that sit down with Casemiro. I don't know, man. Maybe. Maybe we are. Yeah, my transfer list without Champions League again. Can you... Fuck, Jesus Christ, dude. You remember that? That was insane.
We for sure push Højlund out now, right? 30 plus?
Yes, we need to have that sit down with Rasmus about leaving with Šeško. On Šeško, just for what it's worth, we're on the cusp of getting that deal done. Just by the way, we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp of getting that done. It's very, very close. It's very, very close now.
Smiley face emoji.
That's not like
face emoji.
New news, but things are happening today towards pushing this deal to completion. It's right about there. We know that, but that means they've got to have that sit down. They've got to have that sit down with Rasmus, because we need the money. We need to be able to move on to our next deal. Let me find this. Hold on. I just want to find something else. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. Give me just 2 seconds. I'll keep listening and responding.
James, is it possible that they are willing to break the bank this season and just add small the following windows? I'm sure we will push out players.
Well, I wonder about that. What if we're
James
spending next year's
Baleba.
budget and we're okay with that?
I'm so hard with that news.
Will the Šeško deal be really favorable payments? I don't know what the payment terms are.
Will the Šeško deal be really favorable payments?
I don't know. Whoever cooked the books deserves. We're going to talk about the books.
Deserves a statue.
We're going to talk about the books. Hold on one second. We're going to talk about the books. Trust me. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just listening to my own audio for a second really quick.
The Athletic says the club took out another loan.
Yeah, we probably did, but we must have some money coming in too. That's for cash. The 1958 postponed the protest. No, they not because of Baleba. They've postponed the protest because they missed the message entirely on INEOS and Sir Jim. Completely missed it, like I was talking about yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Welcome to the Pro Muppet, Gula. Oh, again, I know you. All right, here we go. I found it from 8 days ago. All right, I want to play it. I'm gonna play it. Hold on. We're gonna play it. 8 days ago about this. Okay. Pardon my
So that means that of the three main priorities, if a goalkeeper is less likely yes, a midfielder is still something United are looking at, and it is more of a deeper defensive type of midfielder who's athletic, who can get around, who can do all of that, who runs, who moves, who does everything. That's what they're looking for. They've got some ideas in mind. I think that some of the ideas in mind are going to be practically impossible.
Oh, naive James. If only you knew.
To pull off right now, but you never know. Again, I think they've got the right ideas here. Some of it depends on the striker. If we get a good deal for a striker and we get some sales, there will be money for a midfielder. Maybe even significant money for a midfielder. We'll see. And I think, again, they'd like to get somebody, good in there. In the long term,
Chelsea, Liverpool, City and Arsenal further strengthening, maybe INEOS thought we will fall further behind next year and have to spend more again next season.
Yes, quite possible as well. I think there's also the World Cup and the prices afterwards.
I don't. If there's somebody who they can, because we may not have the money. We certainly may not be able to get the top.
I just didn't think we'd have the money.
Top idealized midfielder this summer, just because of the cost.
What is it echoing? What happened? What happened? What happened, guys? Is there an echo? Oh, the super chat is echoing.
And because of
potential
that
yes,
may not be for sale.
My bad.
But
my
an
bad.
athletic
I know why.
deep six. Did I hear you say Baleba? I mean, he fits the bill, right?
There you go. So let me turn off my desktop audio because I was just playing it via desktop audio. So there you go. Okay. 8 days ago, naive James didn't believe we'd be able to. We'd actually try to make this happen, but we kind of did. But yeah, I mean, I did essentially. Yeah, it's been Baleba. They're in love with Baleba. They're in love with Baleba. Baleba is the top target for the midfield, and that's why I said 3 days ago I'd be shocked if we don't make a move for him by next summer. The fact that we're doing it now is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane that we're doing it now. I didn't know. This obviously surprises me today that we actually made the contact. I didn't know we made contact yet, but this is crazy. This is crazy. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Angie. I don't know why it's not reading it out, but thank you. But I thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, look, this is what I heard last week, that we wanted a midfielder more than a goalkeeper, and that Baleba was the top target. And I just, like I said, this is why I said I wish I could be more excited again like I used to be, because when I heard it, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe we would do it. You know what I mean? That was the concern. I didn't think we'd actually do it. I didn't think we could go for it, but we're doing it. We're actually doing it. Like, what are you mad? You know what I mean? Like, we're actually doing the thing. No, he would be open to it. He would be open to it. That much is for sure. That much has, I think, never been the issue. He would be open to it. Hold on, I had a thing on this. I was searching this up yesterday. I'm seeing if I've got my page still on this. I was searching for
Kuna deal being on last year books is huge now.
Look, here's the fact of the money. Let me explain the money really quick, and then I want to talk about Baleba in specific, okay? Why do we have the money? Why do we have the money? We cut United. I shouldn't say we. I didn't do anything.
I'm so confused how we are so massive.
We cut, United cut, INEOS cut, Omar Sir Jim cut 80 million from the expenses last year. Just bear in mind how big that is. 80 million in yearly expenses gone, and there are more to come. There are more expenses to be cut that will be cut this year. You know what I mean? There's more. There are more to come on this. It's genuinely possible. Yes, it is. It is. You know, it is genuinely possible that there's more to be saved on this. Now, 80 million in cash per year being saved is a lot of money. You know, it's an enormous amount of money when you look at it into the in the transfer market, what it implies in terms of spending. Thank you for the donation, Idris. And so we just do, like, I didn't think we would spend it. I don't know what to say, man. I didn't think we would spend it. I'm just kind of baffled at the moment at this at the move for this. But part of the feeling was like, maybe we don't want to.
We can get Onana from Villa if Bale are expensive.
We can get Onana from Villa. No, I don't think we'll gonna necessarily get Onana. I just didn't think we would expend it. The cost cutting is funded in Bumo, Cunha, and Šeško with a bit to stare. Right. So here's the reality. The finances are complicated, but remember I showed you the other day that we could spend 200 million before sales, right? I do think we need some sales to balance the Baleba thing. But I think our perspective is this: spend now, balance later. Now, that might be slightly irresponsible, but this is why I think we'll fire sale gonna happen.
Brighton don't really want to sale him this summer.
True. Frozen. What? Hold on. Oh, it just stopped a second? Oh, we're good. It was just a buffer. We're good. Okay. Okay. We'll fire sale all of this, so Jim doesn't have a lot of time.
Sir Jim feels he doesn't have a lot of time.
Wait, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, and I said, he's not in this for the money. He's gonna die before the club is this. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But no. But look, the reality is that we've invested everything that we're saving back into the club. That's why when people have sat there and critiqued so much, I'm going, what are you doing, man? What are you doing with this? The reality is every dollar saved from INEOS, Sir Jim, Omar is going back into the club. Every cent is going back into the club. It's just the reality of where we're at. The club had to save money in order to spend money, and we're seeing the benefit of that. Carrington opening Friday. This kind of spending that we can do.
What was the purpose of the brief? Who benefits? Because United have now indicated to clubs we might buy a mid from that we can now splash the cash.
Well, it does say we need sales for what it's worth, but we're done with Šeško. So it's Baleba or nothing. You know what I mean? We don't want to buy stopgaps.
Funny is when you put the video out about a plan, the spies was out mocking it on their video despite apparently never watching other content.
It is funny, isn't it? Yeah. They don't watch other things, but they're mocking me saying that we were looking at that. But yeah, I mean, look, the crazy part is, so when I put that thing out, last week when I put that stuff out, what I heard was we had money, Watkins was our priority, and we might have a crazy plan to go for a midfielder. Obviously, we moved on from Watkins and went to Šeško. But obviously, that whole batch of info was correct, and now we're seeing the third part of it come through. I'm not frozen again. I don't know why. James, do you think this is being motivated by a rumored Greenwood sale? No, we're not going to make a ton from that. We'll make a little bit of money. But look, just bear in mind a couple of things. 15 million a year on Rashford saved on wages. 17 million on sell-ons. That's 32 million right there. If we can cash in on Garnacho and one more, we're more than balanced on what we're spending. We're more than balanced on what we're spending. You know, so it's quite amazing. Yeah, but we're serious, man. Jason Wilcox is in love with Carlos Baleba. He's in love with him. And that makes this possible. It's not the layoffs alone, mind you.
Based on your info, what are the chances getting him?
Your guess is as good as mine, but here's the reality of it, because I can only guess. The reality is he would be open to the move. We'd probably pay whatever it takes if we can get Brighton to sell. I think it can be done. I'm becoming a Baleba. The song sing itself. And then I saw his face. Now I'm a Baleba. You know? I mean, it's great because it's a Shrek song too, but still. The song do itself. It wasn't just the layoffs, but it wasn't... No, it's terrible. It wasn't it wasn't just the layoffs, but we also weren't just laying off bottom players, you know what I mean? Bottom staff. There's a lot of executives, a lot of mid-tier, a lot of things like that. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money. Buffer again. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that, to be honest. I think it's just like a half a second, but should be okay. My internet's going nuts. I might just have too many tabs open, to be quite honest. Let me close some shit down. This is insane. Insanity. No? Okay.
Article reads like it's groundwork for next summer. We'd be weak come AFCON. Maz, Andre,
we can afford it.
Brag on already.
But we only have a game a week, so we might miss a couple of games. You know what I mean?
What on earth were INEOS planning to do in the market with all the leftover cash if we succeeded with the Delap bid?
Well, here's the crazy part about the cash on that.
Ratcliffe dug up the hyena and found oil under Old Trafford, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Look, there might be groundwork for next summer. Obviously, we could go for him next summer if we don't get him now. He's still going to be our top target by then, most likely. But secondly, the Delap cash funded Mbumo and Sheshko. The Delap cash funded Mbumo and Sheshko. Because we were going to spend 30 million up front, we spent 15 million on each per year, something like that. So we've just spent the Delap money on Sheshko. Now we're moving forward. Ratcliffe dug up. That's what I'm saying. Oil under Carrington. I don't know, man. Something. Better changes to the Baleba fund. Good point. 10 United. Thank you, Stuart. As always, thank you for that. But this is insanity. Can you believe that we were gonna go with Giovanni Quenda and Delap and Dibbling, and somehow we're getting Cunha and Mbumo and Sesko and maybe Baleba? What the fuck is in the water over there? Does City regret letting Wilcox go? I don't know. But I've always said he is a top guy, and he is rated extremely highly by the people who talk to him. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. And I think he's proving it. Maybe INEOS did sponsor the training ground. This is the other thing I wonder. This is the other thing I wonder. Okay, this is the other thing I wonder. What if they were out here in the U.S. working on investment? What if something's coming? What if something is coming? What if something is coming that's going to change our life Fine. If it's frozen, it should just be a second, guys. So sorry. I don't know why that's happening. But what if something is coming that is going to change our life? You know what I mean? Financially. What if it's a partnership? What if it's a takeover? What if it's a new sponsorship? What if it's something big that is going to make it so that United do not have the financial concerns that they've had and is going to do that anymore? What if, man? We can only speculate. I answered that one. What if, it's just, I just wonder. I'm wondering, what else could be in the water? And all of this ahead of that August 14 date when the original agreement expires on certain things. What if something happens? What if something happens? What if something happens? What if there is a huge change coming at United in all of this? I don't want to rule anything out because we know that the goal has always been what it's been. What if there's more stake? What if there's more investment? What if there's some sort of partnership? What if, It's not like these things haven't been worked on. It's not like these things haven't been discussed. I'm not saying it's happening, but these things have been discussed. These things have been worked on. And when I see United blowing money like they just won the lottery in a good way, I just wonder, is it happening now? Is something happening now? Yeah, Qualcomm Old Trafford, I don't know, man. But you have to wonder. You have to think about it. You have to believe that, something is in the water.
I'm feeling like 21 in 28.
I'm feeling like 21 and 26, man. I'm feeling like 21 and 26.
Full ownership?
Tell me why. I'm feeling like 21 and 26, man. I was trying to find something I found earlier to talk about Baleba and his stats.
I think they know the reality. United have to win now.
Well, here's the deal, right? Let's say we want this stadium. We want partners for the stadium. Let's say we want we need this big thing to happen. We can't build a $6 billion stadium. We can't build a $6 billion stadium being shit. We've got to be good. We've got to be huge. We've got to be back on top. We've got to be competing for titles. Who's going to want to partner us if we're crap? We need to be having Champions League nights. We need to be having league-winning matches. We need to be playing serious games in May, And not to mention what kind of belief this expresses in a certain manager, at this club that how strongly they feel about him. You don't do this when you're on the verge of
he knows something and
letting a manager go. We'll see, Jason. People were saying he'll be under pressure in the start of the season. No, he's not. They're giving him the biggest market potentially in our history. The biggest market potentially in our history. They trust in Ruben Amorim to turn things around. And I think what they've seen on this summer has enabled that even more. I cannot believe it, even how much faith they're putting in this, Now, if this doesn't work, again, I said this before, everyone's got to go. If we do all this and we're not win and we don't win anything, everybody's got to go. But how can it not work, man? How can it not work? I wanted to pull these stats up, and you guys are gonna hate me because remember I was looking at these midfielder charts yesterday, and saying like, yeah, Jim Ratcliffe wants to see us win a title before he's dead. Yeah, no doubt about that. He is perfect. He is perfect for our midfield. The traits that Baleba has are the exact things I kept saying that we want in our midfield. He's just better at it. He's just very good at it. Yeah. I was looking at this search thing. Like, you look at Baleba, he's not the highest percentage in his dual percentage winning. I've said before, high volume doesn't have to be high efficiency dual winning. But he wins a lot of possession, carries the ball really well, doesn't particularly pass forward that much. Doesn't have these crazy, like, if you're going to look at progressors, you've got Partey, Caicedo, Gravenberch, McAllister, João Gomez. He's well down the list. Good on the ball, doesn't pass forward particularly that much, wins the ball like crazy. Those are the traits that are important in the midfielders that Ruben Amorim wants in his team and that they were looking for. Not progressive passing monsters. Now, he's a good player. Baleba's really good. I'm not saying he's incompetent on the ball and passing, but that's not his thing. He's really good on the ball, but he is closer to Ugarte than he is to like a Zubamendi passer or something like that. He's just a lot. He's just a lot better, more comfortable, and all. Like he's not Wharton. Wharton is quite different, right? I was saying that Wharton is the guy who is the passing demon, while Baleba is the guy who's great on the ball and runs around the pitch, winning the ball constantly. That's what Baleba is. So, you know, yeah, more like Conte in that respect. You know, definitely more like Conte in that respect. But anything's possible now, man. I mean, anything is possible now. I'm in like almost genuine disbelief at what we are seeing. Hold on one sec, sorry. Just trying to find the right thing. Possessions 1 and not passing. Let's see. How can I never find this thing that I want to find? You think there's a deal lined up for Bruno next year? I wonder, man. I wonder. I saw his comparison stats in Ugarte and they're complementary.
More like hashtag 21 True. In 26, hashtag 22 in 27.
That's what I'm on board with, man.
28.
That's what I'm on board with. 21 and 26. The trifecta. We're winning it all. We're winning it all. If we get this, let me ask you guys a serious question. I mean it. If we get this done, what is your expectation? What is your expectation if we get this done for the season? Like, for real. What do you think? Now, I think that we're not title contenders, not necessarily even because of the team, but because it just takes time. Because it just takes time. You know what I mean? Because it just takes time to work together. But why? Why can't we win a title? I'm starting to ask my questions like that. Why can't we win a title? Why can't we? Why not us? Ruben Amorim won a title in his first full season at Sporting with 1 game a week after missing out on Europe right before and fixing the team during the summer. Why can't we win a title? AFCON? Well, Mo Salah's going to AFCON. That's their best player. It's the best player in the league. Why can't we? Why not us? Why not now? Just why not? You need to believe. You need to. Top 4 ain't good enough. Top 4 ain't good enough. Who's above us? Who's above us? Leicester did it. Chelsea did it. It's on some random bounce back seasons.
I would take top 4 and beating Big 6 convincingly.
8th? Yeah, I'd take that too, to be fair. 4th to 8th this season? We can't finish 8th if we get Baleba. You said you're losing the final, we win the title this season? Why not? Just why not? Just why not? I'm getting ahead of myself. We should get ahead of yourself. Let yourself believe a little bit. Let's be happy. Let's look at this. This is crazy. No, I thought we'd get top 4 with a striker. You add Baleba into this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm 100% getting ahead of myself. Come on, man. Top 2 and we ain't second. Come on. Come on. I just, why not? Just why the hell not? Why the hell not? You know, why not us?
Baleba made James forget about Ugarte. Thank God.
I've always told you, it's not like I think he's the title-winning midfielder. I thought Baleba's the title-winning midfielder. And I thought that would be next year. That Ugarte helps us get back into Europe. Baleba helps us compete for a title. If we're getting Baleba now, why not? Why not here? Why not now? Why not us? 1 game a week? Why the hell not?
Calm down. Everything's okay.
Thank you, Zoro. How much would we realistically spend on Baleba? We're going to probably look to pay... We're probably going to look to pay somewhere in the range of 70 to 80 million, but it's thought that they're going to ask for 90 to 100. Just so you know the starting point on things. That's the truth.
Too much opium has been injected into the veins.
I know. And we're gonna announce Sheshko soon too. Like, just what the hell, man? This is insanity. Hold on, I'm just trying to find something, guys, really quick. Hold on, sorry. I wanted to pull something up. I'm just trying to find it. Like, oh, because I'm on the wrong fucking page. That explains it. Possessions. Here we go. Duels 1 per 90. Progressive. Something or others.
They will quote Big to keep him 1 more season.
Well, sure they will. Sure they will. Of course. Oh, man, I hate that it starts to include non-midfielders when you do this. That drives me nuts. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to look at something, but now I can't see it. Anyway, I wanted to pull up this chart and kind of show you guys. Like, if we look at duels 1 per 90 and then progressive carries per 90 as two of the most important traits for this midfield. You're going to get like Casemiro way down here, Ugarte over here, winning a lot of duels per 90. And then right in the middle, where you kind of want to be, high duels per 90 and high carries, you're getting Gravenberch and Baleba. Now, and Onana. That's like the perfect grouping of players, if you think about it, right? The guys, Onana, Baleba, Gravenberch. Those are the guys that I would like. Those would be all three of those. I would take any three of those, right? Baleba obviously fits into this quite perfectly. So yeah, he's perfect. He's perfect. He is perfect. And that's why we want him. He's really good at that. He's really good at everything that we need at this point in time. AFCON will take away Mbumo Onana. That's good.
Is Indy Kalia tier 1 now?
Scared
face emoji.
I can't believe it. Ahmad and Baleba. Here's the thing. First of all, Cameroon aren't very good. All right. At most, we'll probably miss Mbumo and Baleba for one game. It's gonna be fine. It's not like we're missing months of football here. Like they might, if you look at the schedule, they're probably gonna miss one game. Okay. I mean, Onana went to AFCON and then didn't miss a game somehow, like 2 seasons ago. Do you guys remember that? Like that was our fixtures. Yeah, we have a couple of like okay games. Like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about that at all. It's okay. And we have other players. So bear that in mind. It's not like we're going to have nothing. But this is crazy, man. Like, in case you guys missed it, I think some people weren't here for the start of this video. And I just want to play this again, and then I'll give you the update as to where it is as of now in my understanding of the situation, okay? Hold on. Okay. I'm just going to play this again, just because, in case people missed it, this is where we were at. All right, one more time.
All of that.
Just
talk me
a few
through what
seconds.
you know on Baleba.
Because obviously I was like strongly considering my position
Baleba.
here. Oh, it's going to echo on you guys. I'm so sorry.
Baleba.
It's going to echo on you so bad.
I'd be shocked if we don't make a move for Baleba by next summer.
So there's that. And then one more thing. Someone from Romano said Baleba hasn't closed the door. He hasn't. We do still need. I'm going to look at the team in a second and say what else we need. Okay, just a minute. All right, one more thing. I'm so sorry to play this again, but I'm going to play this again. For people who missed it, this is from 8 days ago.
Yes, a midfielder is still something United are looking at, and it is more of a deeper defensive type of midfielder who's athletic, who can get around, who can do all of that, who runs, who moves, who does everything. That's what they're looking for. They've got some ideas in mind. I think that some of the ideas in mind are going to be practically impossible to pull off right now, but you never know. Again, I think they've got the right ideas here. Some of it depends on the striker. If we get a good deal for a striker and we get some sales, there will be money for a midfielder. Maybe even significant money for a midfielder. We'll see. And I think, again, they'd like to get somebody, good in there. In the long term, I don't. If there's somebody who they can, because we may not have the money, we certainly may not be able to get the top idealized midfielder this summer, just because of the cost and because of the potential that he just may not be for sale. But an athletic deep six.
You fool. You fool.
Did I hear you say Baleba? I mean, he fits the bill, right?
All right, there you go. Sorry. Just anyway, it's exciting. So look, the fact of the matter is, really like Baleba. I thought we'd get to that next summer, but this is kind of why I think we kept not hearing, we kept not hearing any names, because we're saying midfielder more likely, but the only one I heard was like impossible. And yet we're trying to make the impossible possible in Baleba. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'm shocked that we can't do it. Do we ship someone out if we land him? I mean, we've got to sell a few people. We still do need to sell a few, but I'm fairly convinced they're willing to fire sale some of these guys to just recoup the money so they can make this deal happen. Garnacho for 30 million to Chelsea, have him. Højlund for 30 million or on loan with obligation, have him. I think we'll do whatever we can to get the money back so we can do this. And I believe that the player's open to it, and that's because it's been. Here's the thing you have to understand about United. Look at how we've approached this summer. We knew we wanted him for a while. The reports coming out because he's open to it, because he liked the move, and because we could do something. Okay? That's why I'm a Baleba now. That's why. He's open to it. The price is going to be expensive. The price is going to be high. Certainly, I've shot messages out all day since this has happened while we've been sitting here to see if I can get anything else. Yesterday, I was following up on a tip, obviously about Šeško, and then we went and made a bid as well and kind of got involved. So clearly, at that time, the tip was that, we had a meeting with his agent, and it looks like we did, and we made an offer. Now it's moving forward. I believe as well that we're looking to finalize this, all obviously everybody knows, very, very soon. The Baleba one, I'm trying to see what else I can find out, if I can add anything to the story now.
Than the fan base, and we all see the deficiency in midfield.
I feel like they're going to get him too, man. I genuinely feel like we're going to get him now. I'm scared to say it because it's when I haven't felt like we do it that we don't, that we do. But I believe it, man. I think we're going to try. I think we're going to try. I think I genuinely believe we're trying. Yeah, I think that we're going to need his help. The same as we've had before, the strategy here is going to be that he's going to have to push for it. I don't think it's going to be easy. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be done. But we're going to need his help. The same as we needed Mbeumo's help. The same as we needed Šeško's pushing on this. We're going to need his help. We're going to need his help. And we're going to need, hopefully, some sales to make some money on this. To pay an enormous amount of money to get this done. I've got a feeling that we have some movement on the sales side of it, and that's what's going on as well. That's encouraging us to look to move ahead on some further purchases. And I think that a general thinking here from our side is, what if we don't have to spend any money next summer? Like, what if we do it so well right now that we need like one player next year, a center back, and we're gonna get Europe, and we're gonna get Champions League, and we've got players leaving. You know, just that's how I see it. Because let's look at the squad. Let's build the squad out. Okay, Sesko, he's coming. Okay,
We're not just getting Baleba, we're getting Donnarumma too. It's happening. Next year we buy more squad players. United under INEOS has best project in world football.
Well, that's the thing. We were just talking about Donnarumma yesterday. Like, maybe late in a window, we get something done there. We're still interested in Lamens too. Are we just gonna get it all done? Are we gonna get it all done? Like, seriously, let's just take a look for a second. Let's just allow ourselves to believe for 1 minute, okay? What's going on here? Let's say we've got Xerxes in here. Maybe we put Cheeto in here because we've got Enzo. All right, Cheeto and Enzo back up there. Højlund gets sold. We move him on. Cunha. We've got Mount. All right. I'm not gonna double position people. Okay, so we're gonna put Mbuems, Mbumo, and we're gonna put Xerxes right here. We're gonna stick Bruno in here. We're gonna go Menu in here. We're gonna go Baleba. Can you believe that? We're gonna go Ugarte because Casemiro's leaving next year, so that would be it. Dorgu, who looks like a stud. Diego Leon. We've got Ahmad. We've got Dallo. Okay, we've got a little bit of a, not sure what's happening on this side yet. We've got Maguire, who might get a new contract and stay at the club, apparently. And so that kind of also lessens our need next year. I'm just saying. Wait a second. Tell me why we can't win a title. Just tell me why. I know, Lissandra, I can't add another person. I can't add another person. I'm just, because Lissandra has to return from injury. Tell me why we can't win a title. One more center back, right? But that's what I'm looking at. Where is this huge spending we have to do next year? Where do we need this massive spending next year? Maybe a center back, right? Of course. But like, of course we need a center back. We know that. We all know that. A center back's come in next year. But like, we don't need a crazy amount of players. Well, they backed off their protest, didn't they, and said they're reevaluating, which I think is the right thing to do because I think they completely missed the mark. '21 is coming.
21 is coming. Party popper emoji. Party popper emoji. Party face emoji. Party face emoji.
When I look at this, I go, what are my biggest questions? What are my biggest questions? How does Šeško work out? Obviously. We got to add a center back. But if you add a center back and Maguire and De Ligt are both depth, that also helps everywhere. Maguire and De Ligt as depth center backs is really good, by the way. Like, I don't know if you realize just how good that is as a depth center back, right? They're good players. We'll see how Heaven gets on, if he's good enough to be a starter in the long term or if we need another one. So it's maybe two center backs. And then my big question, and then Dallo. Can he be good in that right wing back position as a depth player as well? Can he? So, but I don't see anything huge here. Like, I don't see like this massive like chaos. If we buy a top center back, we might be good. We might be good. I didn't forget about Alessandro. I just can't include another one, and he hasn't come back from injury yet. Create an FPL league for Muppeteers? Yeah, probably will.
For Muppeteers.
Where we don't need to spend enormous money next year. If Bruno leaves next year, he funds his replacement. So I'm not thinking about that. If Bruno leaves next year, he's funding his replacement. You understand that? So like, that's done. That's not a problem. That funds itself. Where we don't need my point is we don't need big investment. We don't need big investment in the team. We need a couple more players. And not huge, like, anything crazy. Of course football's played on grass, but all we can talk about is the plan at the moment. We can only talk about the plan. And we can talk about a plan to win a title. When I look at that, I say, fuck me, man. That's a team that could win something. And why would Bruno leave? Why would Bruno leave? Why would he? Why would Bruno not want to carry us to the title? If Saudi buys Greenwood, that would be good money to add. I feel like I have certain names muted on the thing. Interesting. If Sesko is a dud, sure. I kind of doubt that, but tell me this. Tell me this. Let me ask you guys a question. Seriously. Whilst we're dreaming, let's get a serious question.
Whilst we are dreaming, let's get Doman.
Who's got a better team? Genuinely. Maybe Cass asked to leave, so he's get maybe. He's not going to play much, right?
Maybe Cass asked to leave so he's get game time ahead of Dubsy. Would you offer a Cobby loan to Brighton in deal?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't loan Cobby out. We need him. Here's my question. Front three has potential to be between first, depending on how good Šeško is, has potential between first and fourth best in the league, right? As a two, not comparing it to three, there's no way Bruno and Baleba could be the best midfield in the league. If you're saying 2 versus 2 players, Rice and Zubamendi? No, I would take Baleba and Bruno over Rice and Zubamendi any day. Rodri with no ACL yet? I don't know. We don't know. Gravenberch and McAllister's probably better. Yeah, Gravenberch and McAllister's probably better. In the back, we need a couple players. But the wing backs, Dorgu and Ahmad as wingers, essentially. I don't know, man. I think this is a squad that would range between first and third. And should be competitive. If we could pull it off. Now, we're all getting ahead of ourselves because, like, are we going to bring back down to earth on Baleba not happening, right? But still, man. It's kind of crazy. What? Did somebody say that, like, well, that's fine. Let me see what that tweet is. Fair enough, but hold on. Like, he says at a fans forum, Paul Barber says, and he says United have not been in touch about Carlos Baleba. One, it's through intermediaries. Two, it's a fans forum. This wasn't a sourced like article putting something out saying that there's nothing in it. I wouldn't read too much into that. That's a fans forum, okay? Speaking to the CEO, like they never gonna say anything like that in a fans forum either. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not gonna happen. I wouldn't think about that. He also said the world of football is unpredictable. Yeah, there you go. So, one, intermediaries. Two, it's a fans forum. Like, I don't know what you would expect them to say, you know what I mean? I wouldn't expect them to say anything, to be quite honest. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. Holy shit. But what a day it is. Reality. Here's where we are as of today, okay? Here's where we are as of today. Up to date. Information. This is the truth of the situation. Number one, Sesko almost done. Very likely some things happening this evening that will progress the deal along. Virtually done in the final details of the fee agreement, things happening on a personal level. United will have that discussion with Rasmus Højlund about leaving. There are other clubs interested, obviously with Leipzig sort of off the table for him to go back. The interest in Garnacho has sort of increased from Chelsea. I think United are willing to sell at cut prices to raise the money that they needed to. United have had this crazy plan to go for someone else in the midfield with Baleba being the name. I thought it was impossible. It seems like we're trying. What's going to happen now? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now. Whether it gets done and all of that, obviously, none of us know. None of us know at this point in time. Leipzig's off the table for Højlund, according to Fabrizio. Højlund's turned that move down, but there are others. So, yeah. It's crazy. So we need Baleba. What we need today in order for Baleba to happen, we need Baleba to push for the move. We need him to push for the move. We probably need some of these sales to move a little bit. I'm not saying we need the money because it seems like we just don't need the money ever somehow. But it'll probably help us in our situation to fire sale now Garnacho and Højlund as quick as possible to get more money coming in. And yeah, I believe he's open to it. I believe that everybody has a price at Brighton. And I think we know it's going to be 100 million. And that we might have to pay that. If Brighton don't, yeah, you make a point, Brian. If Brighton don't sell him with this interest, they're going to have to give him a contract, probably with a release clause, and probably with pay of like 200,000 a week. So I think if we can get up to the 100 million pounds bracket, we'll get this done, and he pushes. Alternatively, if it doesn't, I still think we're going to get him next summer, to be quite honest. I think we're going to get him next summer. But either way, like I said, I was going to be shocked if we didn't make a move. If we didn't make a move earlier. If we didn't make a move by next summer. And here we go. So let's see what the rest of the day brings, my friends. Let's see what the next few days brings. We should get Sesko like finished, we should get yeah, they're probably going to be more competition next summer, and that's why we'd want to hustle it. That's exactly why we'd want to hustle it, because now it's better than next summer. Now, could we win next summer versus competition? Yeah, but it might make it more difficult. No doubt about that. It might be more difficult. So I think this is why we want to hustle on this deal. So Sesko should be happening. Training ground Friday. Sir Jim in town. Baleba. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Okay. Gosh, I don't want to end it. It's just too exciting. It's just too exciting. This is just like all just too exciting. I'm just like too happy about this. It's insane. Like, it feels like something crazy is happening here. Like, when I said this last week, I genuinely thought it's impossible. We can't do it. And now anything's possible. So why can't we win a title? You know? That's how I feel. Why can't we win a title? Well, just why not? Why can't we do it? Like, the thought of it was crazy to me. And now it's like, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Like, genuinely, what do you guys think about this? Do you think we'll get him? Let me poll it. Let me poll it. If we get Baleba, where do we finish? What do you guys think? %4 negative bastards. You're part of the 4%. You think worse than 5th? I can't believe Man United are getting another player. They should be banned. I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it. Second to fourth.
How much trolling do we do if Amorim wins the league before Arteta? Have my what phases it tweets ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, that was terrible, yeah. So you guys think, well, we got 62% in second to fourth, 5th and 17th, 1st and 16%. Fair enough. I'm going to say it, guys, honestly. If we can get Carlos Baleba in, and maybe a keeper, we're competing for a title. 2026. Manchester United competing for a title. Cunha, Mbumo, Šeško, Baleba, and a keeper. We're competing for a title. We're competing for a title, I believe. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Let's see what else happens. Okay, guys?